the cop who found Jeffrey Dahmer's vile Polaroid photo collection stumbled upon something even more horrifying as he combed through his apartment. Evil Dahmer murdered and dismembered 17 boys and men between 1978 and 1991, unnoticed by cops. Rolf Mueller was one of the first cops to enter Dahmer's gruesome home. After one of the killer's victims managed to escape and flagged down 2 police officers, Tracy Edwards, who was still in handcuffs, stopped Mueller and his partner Robert Trout, who were on patrol in downtown Milwaukee. Edwards reportedly told the 2 cops he had faced a horrific 5-hour ordeal at the hands of a freak in a nearby flat after he was invited in for a beer. Both officers immediately went to Dahmer's apartment to question him, and it was there Mueller found around 80 horrifying Polaroids of his victims in the bedside table. After making the gruesome discovery, he realized the Polaroids he was holding had been photographed in the same apartment where they were standing. Showing his partner, Mueller said, "These are for real." Realizing he had been caught, Dahmer fought with the officers and tried to flee, but he was quickly pinned to the ground and arrested. But Mueller, who died in May 2020 at the age of 67, found something even more disturbing when he stumbled across a freshly decapitated head, hands and genitals of a man in the fridge. And in the kitchen, the officer found 4 severed heads and a tray with 2 human hearts. In the freezer, they also discovered an entire torso and bags of human organs, while 7 skulls were found in his bedroom. Mueller said he was overpowered by the stench of the fly-infested apartment. According to the Washington Post, he said, "At the time, you think you've seen it all out here, and then something like this happens." Mueller reportedly said Dahmer gave him the creeps, and was thankful they were able to stop him before he hurt anyone else. The chilling photos taken by Dahmer were a crucial piece of evidence in capturing the killer. The explicit Polaroid snaps showed Dahmer engaging in sex acts with the bodies of some of his dead victims, while others showed naked dismembered corpses in different poses. Dahmer photographed his victims as he wanted to keep them as mementos to keep him company. According to the American Journal of Forensic Medicine and Pathology, in 1994, it is understood the sick also took pictures of his victims at various stages of the murder process, so he could recollect each act afterward and relive the experience, reports biography. Police also found sketches of a plan to construct an altar in his house. The serial killer confessed to making his victims pose for pictures on a black table that he planned to make part of his altar. Cops also discovered a blood-soaked mattress and tools such as a hammer and saw where Dahmer would mutilate his victims. Childlike pictures showed where Dahmer intended to decorate an altar with his victims' skulls. Painted skeletons would stand on either side of a long back table, which would be dotted with heads. Police officers also found barrels of acid that Dahmer used to dissolve the remains of his victims. According to FBI documents, Dahmer told investigators that he tried to create love slaves by turning them into zombies. He told cops that his sexual fantasies took complete control over him, and he wanted his victims to do everything he needed, official documents show. He drilled a hole in the frontal lobes of his victims' brains and poured muriatic acid into it, which he told investigators worked at first, but then the victims died. Dahmer was handed 16 consecutive life terms, and jailed at the Columbia Correctional Institution in Wisconsin in 1992. He was bludgeoned to death with a metal bar by fellow inmate Christopher Scarver 2 years later.